What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledPeople. Alright, this story's called Parents Demand I Quit My Gym Membership Because My Older Brother and Dad Aren't As Fit As They Used to Be. Hey everybody, it's been a few weeks since I posted my first crazy family story, so now's a good old time as any to share another one. Some backstory. My two brothers have always been naturally skinny and maintained an active lifestyle throughout most of their lives. Me, a 31 male on the other hand, was born on the pudgier side and never really had an interest in sports other than swimming, but didn't get, nor want at the time, to work on that hobby. By the time I was in the army, service is mandatory where I live, I was quite heavy at 246 pounds. While I was never teased about my weight, my family, and especially my mother, enjoyed poking fun at it, my eating habits, and so on. Mom rolling her eyes whenever someone commented I've lost weight and so on. Since she was, and still is, quite the blob herself, I just ignored her or commented as such. But being stationed in a faraway base where combat unites were also serving at, most of the guys in my base were quite fit. Me, on the other hand, wasn't assigned a combative role due to a medical condition. No, it didn't have anything to do about weight, but a very minor birth defect that I was rid of by the time I was 12, but the army is stupid like that, so they didn't want to take any chances to put me in harm's way. So instead of putting me in a combative role, they decided to have me on the oh-so-safe field of heavy-duty machinery. Genius! Anyway, again, most of the men serving in my unit were very fit and muscular, while I was never jealous at them nor teased for being fat. One day, just took a good look at myself in the mirror and was like, I can do better. And so I decided to start and change things. I'd watch very carefully what I ate, drank mostly water, joined the boys on their evening jogs, convinced my sergeant friend to get me an access to their gym, and have him train me in Krav Maga a few times a week if he was able to. I kept on to what I was doing and was very strict at keeping at it until I've reached my target weight, and soon enough, I had to pay a visit to the quartermasters and get a smaller sized uniform. After a year and a half of regular exercise, weightlifting, and a healthy diet, I lost a lot of weight, a few pounds shy of the target, and built quite a lot of muscle mass. In all honesty, it was my sergeant friend who convinced me to visit their gym and encouraged me to lose weight. Officially, it was exclusive to the combat unit, but in reality, it was available for everyone on base. Man, am I glad I listened. While I was very proud of the progress I've met, my family, who have teased me about my big fat ass for most of my life, weren't as happy as I was, but said nothing. The teasing had stopped, but there wasn't much beyond that, other than a semi-compliment like, "Did you take this shirt from one of your brothers?" whenever I wore something that actually fit me, or, "Why are you still wearing this huge thing?" if I kept clothing from the time I was bigger. I still got comments during meals if I took an extra scoop, but whatever. I didn't care. I didn't lose weight to get compliments. Okay, maybe I did just a little bit. Moving on. By the time I turned 22, alliteration, I was back into civilian life, as well as working myself through a university and also a part-time job. Also, during that time, I've saved up enough to afford a membership at a gym close to campus. They were more on the pricey side, but that's due to the location being more high-end. While I was being the healthiest and most physically fit I've ever been in my entire life, my older brother wasn't faring as much. He had stopped jogging, his smoking got worse, and was getting chubbier every day. He's still not obese by any chance, but he's not nearly as fit as he used to be, and he's only in his late 30s. It only got worse at family gatherings, especially weddings, where a lot of distant relatives and those we don't meet often would also be present. Also, I'm a massive introvert, so fully packed events are not my thing. So I'd often avoid those and barely barely even meet with any of my extended family during my service, so you can imagine some of my relatives' shock over seeing me over 100 pounds lighter. Some didn't even recognize me. I guess my brother got some comments from people because he'd no longer look smug whenever he looked at me. Also, 8 months into my membership there, my mom sat me down. I was still living at home, and the conversation went as follows. Here's the cast, there's me. Birth mother, the womb I came out of.
Other bollocks.
What's up? Is everything okay?
Everything is fine, honey, but I just wanted to talk to you about something.
Okay. I already had a bad feeling. These conversations always seem to be about me doing something wrong.
Well, you know your father and I are very proud at how far you've come. You're looking very handsome.
Thanks, Mom. A very rare compliment.
But me and Dad are a little worried. With all the expenses we have, along with your tuition and not your gym membership, we're getting a little tight. Can you cancel your membership, please? We can no longer afford it.
Thinking, okay, here we go. Mom? You guys don't pay for my gym membership. I do.
And who gave you that money?
It's money I've saved from birthdays, allowance, from way back when, and work. Also, I'm on a scholarship, so you do know you guys aren't paying for school either, right? Birth mother's getting frustrated.
Well, you can't go to your gym anymore.
And why is that?
Because
she and Dad,
think your older brother should use it instead. He really wants to go to that gym, but he can't afford it. It really depresses him. Don't you think it's mean of you to keep going there while he cannot?
Mom, be real. Older brother makes twice the money I make, so he can afford a gym membership on his own. That said, the gym isn't located anywhere near his apartment.
That doesn't matter. We decided that you can't go anymore. It's not fair towards older brother. You're going to cancel your membership and that's final.
No.
Well, I will be giving them a call, son, and cancel it for you.
Impossible unless she can imitate my voice and had my credit card.
Stop being selfish and be more fair towards your brother.
Right.
Why can't you just do this one thing for your brother? It's bad enough he stopped jogging. Now he's smoking and you're not helping with what you're doing. Come on,
my name.
Be more considerate. Also, think about your father.
Dad has a problem with me working out too.
You know how he can barely move with his bad back.
Mom, Dad can move just fine. Just yesterday, I helped him clear out the garage. He had his own gym membership, which he had to quit recently due to Brovid.
You're not being fair.
My name. I'm holding on to my last nerve. Mom, I'm not going to stop working out because some 30-plus-year-old man baby hates seeing me getting healthier while he tries tucking in his beer gut. If my looser genes affect older brother so much, he can get up and do something about it. Funny how you've never said anything to either of my brothers to tone it down while I was fat.
How dare you say that about your brother?
At that point, I just got up and went on my business while she sulked and gave me the cold shoulder for the rest of the day. However, during meal times, she tried to get me to eat a lot more or cook very fatty things, buy only sugar-packed drinks, bring up fast food places whenever we went eating out, and then get mad at me when I said that McDonald's is not a restaurant. Whatever she tried to do didn't work, and I soon began buying my type of soft drinks myself, or just drink more water if I drank anything that wasn't either sugar-free or diet. Now, even though my dad supported older brother, he didn't say much, and I have no idea why she even brought him up. Anyway, that's my tale. I've lived with them for 4 more years until I saved up enough to move out in 2015. After that, some things have happened that led me to cut all contact with the 3 of them. Stay safe out there. Man, that's honestly a really, really crappy family environment to be forced to live around. Like, if that's not a case of favoritism, then I don't know what is. I'm glad he didn't let it get to him too much, and he realizes what's better for him, and he got out of that situation. Good on you, man. This story's called Entitled Woman Complains, So I Upgrade the State of the People She Complains About. Hi! Long-time lurker, a first-time poster on this sub. First off, this story happened a few years ago, so I'm a bit fuzzy on details. Anyway, I was working as a hotel operator for a 4-star hotel. Very fancy place with tons of fancy people. Luckily, my limit to meeting the entitled rich kids and people were on the phone. One incident sticks out in my brain though. Here's the cast.
Entitled person?
Me. The phone rings and I do my standard intro. Entitled person in a hushed voice.
Yes, hello?
I start to get a bit nervous. She's calling from a hallway phone and sounds like an old woman who is scared out of her wits. I respond, "Yes, ma'am? How can I help you?" Entitled person shuffles a bit.
I need security.
I ask the standard, "What building, floor, door are you by, and what's the issue?" What she said stopped me.
There's a
N-word.
going into a room by me.
Except, she said the word with the hard R. I was stunned as I had never actually heard someone say that outside of academia for educational purposes. I took a few moments to gather myself. A plan instantly hatched in my brain. I asked, "Did you see what door?" A few seconds of silence goes by and she tells me the door number and building. I thank her and tell her that I will send security, to which I told them to just go to the hall to calm the lady down. Next, I checked our availability. We were almost empty. I told my manager the issue and he said, "Yeah, just do something. Send her chocolates or whatever. I'll give you $200 to play with." That was standard. We were a fancy hotel. I call up the African-American couple and chat with them on the phone for a bit and ask them about their stay and everything. Turns out it was their honeymoon. Perfect. I say, "Oh, if you don't mind moving buildings, I can send you to the presidential suite." They refused, obviously flustered, but I kept pushing happily. They thanked me, I sent roses and chocolates to their new room, and bellhopped to move their bags. Good deed is done. I had spent all of the $200 on this couple. Unfortunately, I had to call the old woman again. I thanked her and told her that she wouldn't be seeing them again. I had moved them to a closer building away from this racist piece of sushi. She thanked me. For the remainder of her stay, she complained about racial slur for Mexicans, cleaning staff, and I was forced to send white cleaners to do her rooms. I treated the cleaning staff to donuts for the inconvenience. So, to the racist old bag, you may have thought you won, but it really made my day to get a beautiful card from that couple and the smiles on the cleaning staff's faces to be treated. I have a few more stories like this. Fancy hotels are top-tier ground for entitled rich people. Oh my goodness. I was like the female version of Lois Griffin's dad. Old money people have the craziest ideologies, dude. This story's called,
You go find me one.
"Ma'am, that's not my job." I was working the open shift as a front desk agent, so I had a couple of hours to myself before the coworker or manager came in, and then the checkout rush would begin. My hotel had around 250 rooms and about 20 luggage carts. There is a small stall by the front desk that holds 4 carts, and we occasionally keep a few more in the lobby for easy access. They cannot be reserved, and my hotel does not have a bellhop or luggage handlers. Checkout was 11 a.m., but guests would start to head out around 10, and we would be out of carts by 10:30. Most guests see this, and I'll let them know where they can find some and they can move on. I say most guests because a woman, who I will call Gail, found this unacceptable. Gail came around the corner and found the cart stall empty. She turned to me and asked where all the carts had gone. It's prime time for carts, so they're probably in use, or down in the parking garage.
Well, I need one now. It's 10 minutes till 11, and we need to check out.
You may find some down in the parking garage, or just outside the elevators on any of the other floors above us.
You expect me to run all over this hotel searching for one? I'm not doing that. If we run out of time, we better not get charged. This isn't our fault.
That's not my expectation at all. I let you know where they they may be to narrow your search. Also, there will be no late fee unless you are still in the room at noon.
You go find me one.
Ma'am, I'm not allowed to leave the desk.
Make someone find me one then. Where's your bellhop?
We don't have that service. I can see if a house person is available, but that's not their job.
Call now. It's not my job to find one.
I will. I have to send an electronic dispatch and they can take a while. What is your room number so I can have it sent to you?
No. Call now. They can bring it to me here.
This can take a while.
Call now.
I insisted that she gave me her room number, and I eventually called my housekeeping manager, who was sitting through a door 10 feet away from me. The call was for appearances, and after I hung up, I told her to go back to her room. She huffed at me and I wouldn't budge. I started to ignore her because I had sent the request and that was as much as I could do. She finally left and my house person came to let me know that Gail was a patronizing bimbo when she dropped off the cart. It was unacceptable to wait so long for a cart, even though the house person went down a single floor to the parking garage and got the cart, just like she could have. I was quite glad to have only dealt with her upon checkout. That's what it's like working at a hotel. It is absolute hell. Right. This story's called Woman at Work Dreamt I Slept with Her Husband and Now She Wants Me Fired. Mobile. Yes, you heard it here first, folks. My coworker dreamt I slept with her husband and wants me to get fired. So, last Friday, I noticed my coworker acting weird around me, like giving me a dirty look whenever I walked past her or walking away when I would walk up to where she was standing. I finally asked her what was going on or if I had said or done something to offend her. She then tells me that she dreamt that I was sleeping with her husband and now she doesn't want to be around me. She even said, "I want you to leave this place to make it easier on her." That if she could, she would get me fired just so she doesn't have to remember her dream. Well, that's an interesting dream and something you should really... Okay, well, there could be a reason why this dream is happening. The husband could have a history of unfaithfulness, or she could be a freaking cuckoo clock. Either way, the dream feelings will go away soon. I know how it is. You feel weird toward that person because of a dream you have had, but it'll go away. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.